And we are live. Welcome everybody to another Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trial and Tribulations live stream. We're just about at the end of this trial. We got the end of this half and then the next half. We should finish it today, I think. If I don't go too small brain. Welcome to the stream, Jared. If I don't go too small brain, we have a chance. But more importantly, will there be technical difficulties? Because Phoenix Wright is always the stream that wants to give us the technical difficulties. We're good. We're good. No technical difficulties. What the fuck were we doing last time? Oh, yeah, where did the killer hide the body of Elg after the phone? Yeah, that's what was going on. Now I remember. Kinda brain. The Lions O-line should be one of the best O-lines in football next season. I mean, they got Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell now on the outsides. Ragnow in the middle. Who's, I don't know who their guards are. I need one more guard to complete it. I don't know who their current guards are. Yes, Your Honor? No conjecture, Trite. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. I'm just, you know, going over the evidence just to. Okay. Okay, they got Joe Jackson, Logan, Sternberg. Okay. I didn't know who their guards were, but Decker and Sewell alone, along with Ragnow in the middle, makes their line fantastic. Evidence? What's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden? Thought I had him with that contradiction. Get another guard like Kelechi Osumley or someone, their line will be OP. Oh man, we'll see what the Lions do. We'll see what they do. Just turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Miss Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. Elg concealed? I mean, I'd say it's inside Travian, but I'm clicking outside because I don't think it's outside. Clearly, there's no place to hide a body inside Tribune. Therefore, the killer must have held the body outside. I see. Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? See, the NFL Network said the Chiefs were the most improved team in the AFC West. I didn't see them say it. I understand why they would say that, because that team is nearly flawless now that they have an O-line. Still, I think their secondary is still a question mark. I think their secondary is still a giant question mark, so. I will say this, I don't think the Chargers needed to get much better. They were pretty damn good already. So, that's the only thing I'll say about the Chargers. But yeah, Denver did shirk their defense big time. Where's the evidence that proves the body was taken out of the restaurant? It's not here. Inside trivia. It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside trivia. Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Miss Wright. Yes, Your Honor. The exact location where the body was concealed is... The body was hidden here. I see. Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location? Fucking, I big brain the shit out of that. I big brain the shit out of that. Yes! They had to restart because of their new coaching staff since Len went to Detroit, their OC went to Philly, and their DC went to Vegas. Yeah, but the team was kind of set. Like, the team was built for the most part. And you have a good core there to build with. And they're all young. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? None. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me. Where was that bottle found, Miss Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations. But I only use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils. But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. Honestly, the West should be very interesting in 2021. The Raiders finally have something resembling a defense. Denver rebuilt their no-fly zone. The Chargers have an exciting offense and defense. Yeah, the AFC West can be fairly competitive. I think the AFC West can be fairly competitive. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. L visited an ear clinic. I just remember it has to do with his ears, so I'm not going to read that word. Okay, I'm going to butcher it. An ear clinic and was given medication that day. You can't be serious. The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results right here. And Godot, you are the father. The contents of the bottle match the prescription that was given to Mr. L. Slinell's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen. I think the Raiders are still missing as a true #1 receiver. we haven't had since AB. Who didn't take a single regular season snap? At which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Mon Dieu. Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird, however. You were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. No. Hold up. This is an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glen Oak? Never. I could do not such an horrible thing. What? Did Godot just go Super Saiyan? I'm pretty sure Godot just went Super Saiyan. I'm pretty sure Godot just went Super Saiyan. Mr. Godot. The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules. Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now? Then I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear? My H-deficient friend. My H-deficient friend. There we go. I don't know how I'm gonna pronounce half of those words. See, John Morant basically ate as close to an NFL tackle as you could in the NBA. No, I didn't hear anything about that either. I was too busy watching the Blues last night, who lost in a shootout, and I'm upset. Speaking of that, I have to check one thing. They won. I'm gonna be so mad. Did they win in it? Did they win in regulation? Okay, they lost, so it wouldn't matter anyway, so that's fine. That's fine. Same situation as been before. Alright, let me see this hit. Oh my god! Lonnie Walker decked the shit out of him! Damn! Hot damn! That's a good hit. Lonnie Walker should try being a defensive back. Je vous demande pardon. Please, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me, por favor. Okay, let's see if I can do this in my Sean Connery impersonation, because this is going to be real impressive if I can. Raiders would sign him. I mean, we signed a tight end who only played basketball in college. I mean, people do that all the time, though. Yo habla español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? No, absolutely none. Let's hear it. You've got one shot. Do not make your chance to blow. This comes once in a lifetime. This opportunity only comes once in a lifetime. Right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. You lie under oath again. Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you, as does my gavel. Oi, it is clear. What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong. Ooh, the confession. This is his confession. Just when he thought he said all he could say, he came up with more shit to tell us today. This is his confession. Yeah, are you talking about the gym leader or the like Elite Four cipher? Because I saw you tweet about it, Jared. Are you about to tell me about that? It is true. I eat the body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear. You must believe me. You were forced. By who? I cannot say. Or I will be, how you say, erased. Let's try a different question then. When Mr. Elk died, was he really the only person at his table? There was... There was another man. I knew it! Maggie was telling the truth! You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. And when you say that cast is really damn good, how good we talking on a scale of 1 to 5? How good we talking? Did you carry the body by yourself? Oh, I carried him and I carried Maggie too. Maggie too? When she saw the victim collapse, she fainted. 4.5 just because there's one person I don't know? Ah. I could not leave her there. Leave her there. Leave her there. There we go. But why did you hide the bodies? What man? Who was he? No, I cannot say. I fear for my life. He's really scared. You just have to put the words in his mouth, Nick. Yeah, you're right. If he won't tell me, I'll tell him. But why would you go along with this man? And what reason would that be, Mr. Armstrong? You know, monsieur. Yes? Surely you cannot accept a young maiden to talk about such an embarrassment. A maiden? You're a bit old to get away with that. And a bit too male! I can't finish the cross-examination without establishing his reason. So I'll just have to prove it. With evidence! So, you are claiming that all you did was hide the bodies. Is that correct? Wait, that's right. We are to believe you, Mr. Armstrong. You must tell the court everything. You must make clear the identity of the man who ordered you to do this. Rangers got fined more than Tom Wilson? That is bullshit, come on. And we're in retaliation, too.
He's already confessed this much. He might as well stop dancing around the real issue.
Yeah, but he really doesn't want to tell us who the killer is.
Then suck it to him, Nick!
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Alright. How on earth do the Rangers get fined $250,000? Fucking Tom Wilson gets fined, what, $5,000 I think was his? Absolute BS.
Objection!
You have a $500,000 debt, don't you? $500,000. Is this true, Mr. Armstrong? Yeah, okay. Je suis désolé. I was weak, and I borrowed le money. The NHL wheel discipline is a joke. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. This is Mr. Armstrong's Achilles heel. And that's why you couldn't refuse anything asked of you by this man.
Take that!
So much of a joke it belongs on his skate. Accurate. Accurate. Or take it all the way back to Mad TV. A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you. Or, it is as you say.
Mr. Armstrong!
Le Tiger. He told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On the day in question, he was meeting the victim to demand the repayment. To demand that he repay his loan. There we go. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I came to the party and lay. I don't know why I can't read that word. Whatever. And into the kitchen, and that I just tried to forget what I had seen. I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket, was that your doing as well? No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it, I was not. It is despicable. Mr. Godot, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today. So we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. Wait, what? 30 minutes. Okay. What? Watch. The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more. How the... Don't sit back and relax yet, Wright. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way. Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Goodell. We will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. Everyone go play on the monkey bars. I need to know right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. I need to check that solely because when we do the final go at this game, where I'm gonna, you know, run through and get all the trophies, I need to know how many save spots I need to kind of save to ahead of time. Because once we finish this game, I only have like 7 trophies to get. Depending on what I've done and what I haven't. But there are, I think right now, 3 or 4 in the first game that I need to get. 2 in the second. I think there's 2 in this one. Or no, there's 4 in this one that I need to get, I think. Maybe 5. But we're getting close. January 8th, 1:21 p.m. District Court, Finnan Lobby, numero 1.
So we're finally going to see the tiger on the stand. We've almost got this case won now, Nick.
I wish I could agree.
Huh?
When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, he said he was just doing what the tiger told him to do. But Godot picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the truth.
You mean you think Mr. Armstrong was lying?
I don't know. But if that's the line the prosecution takes, we could be in trouble. I get the feeling that we don't have the case-making evidence we're going to need. Hey, bow! Detective Gumshoe?
Why are you so jumpy about Detective? Your hair's standing on end.
Hey, that's the fuck on the ghetto flag, little miss. Top knot.
It's not a top knot.
Never mind about the hair. Just calm down, alright? I can't stay still when I don't have a job to do. I kinda get wound up. No kidding. You gotta have something you need me to do, pal. Anything. Well, hey, I'm gonna take a jog back down to the precinct. Could get some prints analyzed for you if you've got an hour. An hour? The trial will have reconvened by then.
But, Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right?
True. Without some kind of trump card to pull out of the bag, we're really stuck. Said you'd get some fingerprint analysis done in an hour. You bet. In that case, would you mind checking the prints on this for me? I want to make sure that that's the one that, yeah.
Take that!
You're all back to the station anyway. Could you find out whose prints are on this? Oh, hey, that's the small bottle I gave you I gave back to you this morning, right? Yeah, I think it's time we solve the last mystery of who the prints on it belong to. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me too. Okay, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back. I'll say this much, if Gumshoe comes back and doesn't bum rush the stand, I'm gonna be pissed. I want him to bum rush the stand. This is pretty much the final showdown, I guess. I'd call it the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny.
It's time to separate the phonies from the real guys.
Everybody get ready. Take a quick drink. Let's do this. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Godot, did you find this Furio Tigre? I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job. No problem. Tamed him? The guy's name may be Furio Tigre, but come on! He's pretty lively. Be careful. He still bites. Very well. Please show Mr. Tigre to the stand. Witness. Please stay. This music, so good. I need a drink gun in court. Ah! Don't hide under the table, Maya. Unless there's room for me down there too. What you say to me? Nothing. I didn't say nothing. Honest. Who could have guessed that fear would induce a bad Brooklyn accent in the judge? I got business to take care of. You hear me? So who the hell called me into this song? Was it you, Spikey? No, of course not. It was the judge. Fuck. Your Honor? Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my pen. Yes, I'm writing a fan fiction, and I need that. Very important. Where on earth did it go? Oh, it's so hard to find things. Don't mind me, just carry on with the proceedings as normal. Yes. That's it. We're doomed. Maybe you didn't hear me. I said, who the hell was it that called me in here? There's no need to shout. We can all hear you. What do you say? Did you just backdog me? There's no point in struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of the law. And I'm the one that holds you in. I can't, you know what? Maybe Godot did tame him. Too cool. Are you telling me that Godot is part of Too Cool? Is he gonna put the shades on?
Don't let him get the better of you, Nick!
Let's start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct? Incident? I don't know nothing about no stinking incident, mask boy. You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of Maggie Bird? Maggie who? I got more important things to do than watch courtroom dramas. Of course. Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then. Please tell us about what you did on the day of the murder. Phoenix Wright. Yous be one who'd set this up, didn't you? Oh yeah. Yeah, I know yous now. Yeah, you's gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying? Maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today.
Get a grip, Nick!
Tiger's alibi. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all of my time in my office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from Tinderlinda every single day. You want to check my alibi? Just ask by a letter. Oh, I at last found my pen. Yes. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yes. Yeah. I found it. Yeah. I lost it again. I found it. Yeah, I've got it. Very well then, Mr. Well, what is it? Please, witness, if you could refrain from shouting out like that. I dropped my pen again. I know the kind of games the guy in blue plays. That lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just punches away at stupid details till he wins. Lowlife? Me? Listen up, Smarty. Every time you ask me something that don't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $50,000, and you's gonna borrow that cash from me. That's one loan contract I refuse to sign. And don't think it ain't gonna hurt when you tangle with the tiger. Godot is loving this. Huh. I love a good spectator sport. Just a minute. That's really not this witness is. How can I put it? A hungry tiger roaming the urban jungle. Get on his bad side and he'll bite everyone's head off. Yours too. Godot running the gambling bracket for the Tiger versus Wright fight. Yeah, man. I'll put 6,000 on Tigre. I got let's see. I'll put 15 G's on I'll put 15 G's on Wright. I'll put 15 G's on the underdog here. Very well. Now I have no choice but to impose a penalty system here. Yous better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big business. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch my bus. The court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant pressing of witness testimony. Keep that in mind as you begin your cross-examination, Miss Wright. Fuck. I want to save right here then. Oh, that's gonna make this very interesting then. Yes, Your Honor.
You can do it, Nick!
Come out from under there already, would you, Maya? Fuck.
Hold it!
I don't buy that you haven't even heard of the incident that occurred at Tribulations. You've got a big mouth, right? You was trying to say I was in on some mob hit? Is that what you trying to say? Where's your proof then? Evidence. Yes. Well, for an attorney to make an accusation in court, he must have evidence. That's from Loan Shark the Lawyer, a beginner's guide. Yeah? Ah, I see you're the studious type, Mr. Tigre. Very good. Huh. Why don't you ask him to represent you sometime, trite? What should I do? Mr. Tigre, what do you want? If you wouldn't mind going into a bit more detail. This is a dead end, trite, and you know it. Remember the rules. Shit. Crushing the witness without evidence to back up your attack is prohibited. As I said earlier, the court will impose a penalty for such behavior. Fuck. It's too dangerous to press things without knowing where they might end up. Better just focus on gathering information at the moment. Now then, Mr. Tigre, would you mind repeating your testimony from the beginning, please? My time ain't free, you hear? You's better remember that. If I miss that bus, someone's gonna pay. Yeah.
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago, you know. You see these teeth? That's how sharp my secretary is. Sharp? Is he talking about Viola Cadaverini? She writes everything in my schedule. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says, so that's where I was. That seems, like a rather, sketchy schedule. There he goes again. What the tiger did all December isn't the issue. What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder. So now what? I mean, I have evidence of what he was doing the day of the murder because I've got this calendar. Mr. Tigre. Ah, fuck.
Objection!
God damn it.
Objection!
Oh. No, it's essential that we establish the witness's alibi accurately. I agree. The victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you in the office that day too? Maybe you ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I had meetings all day with a bunch of cats wanting to do business with me. I ain't never seen that young kid before. I do believe the witness's last statement was important. Mr. Godot, if you could please. Mr. Tigre, the court asked you to add that last statement to your testimony. Don't let an animal beat you. Be a man, Your Honor, and ask him yourself.
Objection!
Yep. Mr. Tigre. Oh, God. Must be a high pollen count today. My nose is stuffed. You claim you didn't know Mr. Glenn Elg, but it appears that Mr. Elg knew you. Yeah, pollen count must be high today. Means when I eventually go for a walk, it's gonna be hell. But I don't care. Gotta get my exercise on. What? Mr. Elg left this little note on his calendar. Meet with the tiger. And the date? December 3rd. Can't go like 5 minutes without sniffling. Sorry, I didn't want to stream today. Makes sense. Makes sense. December 3rd. That's the day of the murder. So, Mr. Tigre, I submit that you did indeed know one Mr. Glenn Elg. Because on the very day of the incident, you met with him. Not bad. You's actually not bad. Sorry? I was just messing with you to see how good you were.
Did you hear that, Nick? He said you're not bad.
That's one compliment I can do without. Plus, he's lying through his teeth. Witness, please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated. You was calling me a liar? Is that what you were doing? You was calling me a liar? Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Riker. Where's Larry when we need him? The judge became Scooby-Doo. Sony is facing a lawsuit claiming it has a monopoly by being the exclusive retailer of digital PS or PlayStation games. Really? That's interesting. So you're saying that your claim to have never seen that kid before is the truth? I said I'm dead serious. You's better believe that's the truth. Huh. Then I'd say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. That is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigre. Oh, yes, would you mind indulging the court, witness? He never actually met the victim? There's gotta be a lie. That's gotta be a lie right there. It's time I nailed this guy. I ain't no liar. I never met Glenn Elg. There was some lame guy with that name, though. wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with the guy at my office, Dindalinda. I waited around for him, but he ain't never showed. I ain't never even been to that Tribulations joint. You see? This man just said he ain't never been there. I got evidence that says otherwise, T. Gray. I got evidence. I see. That all seems perfectly logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up. I've heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Miss Wright. T. Gray don't believe in no evidence. He's like, you ain't got no evidence. Evidence don't exist. Evidence ain't a thing. You's lying. I ain't calling you a truther. Yes, Your Honor. Didn't I tell you I got a big deal going down today? I ain't gonna make my bus now. I'm gonna have to take the express train. You use that photo mod, or what's it called? That bill's going straight to you, right? Alright. And yet, your name was written on the victim's calendar. Get that horse calendar out of my face. I'm the tiger. Not a lame horse, you porcupine. Tigers like me eat horses like that for breakfast. No, no, no. Witnesses aren't permitted to eat evidence. Not that they ever would. Well, there was a case once where a young lad ate. Anyway, if you had never met the victim before, how do you explain this note he left? That's very strange. According to the manager of the firm where the victim worked, December 3rd was the date he had to repay his loan. Judge secretly discussing Phoenix with that remark. Yep. Yep. Ah, good times. Good times. He wasn't due to discuss borrowing money, but repaying what he owed. Oh, yeah, maybe you was right. Whatever it was going down at the beginning of December. So you did meet Mr. Oak then? Hey, right. You might want to call your jets a sec. So your meeting wasn't supposed to be at Tribulations then? Why would I want to go to a dump like that? If I want to talk with my clients, I got an office decked out for the job. I got the best punching bag you's ever saw in there. Not exactly a professional office you got there, you know? So you were in your office on the day in question. He didn't show up? Huh. What do you think, Trite? Let's see. How does a dead man get from a French restaurant to a loan shark's office? And you yourself didn't go to Tribulations. What are you trying to pin on me? Why don't you come down to my office? We can chat about this thing my way. Yeah? I got the best punching bag you's ever saw in there. No? No. No need. I'm good. Thanks. Yeah. Listen up. I ain't got nothing more to say except this. Never? Not even once. Not even once. I was in my office the day that went down. I ain't putting no poison in no kid's coffee. Capiche? Man didn't know about the murder, but he knows exactly how the murder was done?
Do you think he really didn't meet Glenn out?
Not likely. Because I'm convinced this guy's behind the whole thing.
So you mean the whole testimony he just gave was a lie?
Of course. So we can't afford to give him time to think of ways to plug the leaks in. I've got to nail him while I still can. Really, you never been there. You never been there. Okay, cool.
Objection!
Then why were these in your office? Mr. Tigre, is there something you'd like to tell the court about these matches? Matches? What are you talking about? We found them in your office at Tenderlander. They're from that restaurant. What? If you've really never been to Tribulations before, what was a book of the restaurant's matches doing on your desk? You's been snooping around in my stuff now too, wise guy? What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no broad controlling me. Lord Tigre. This man really went there. Order! Order! Well, witness, I think it's time you started telling us the truth, don't you? Sorry, I'm terribly sorry. Forgive me. I ain't no pussycat. I don't go back on what I said. But, okay, I was at the joint that day. Well, what? Well, listen good, alright? I might have been there, but I still never met that kid. Well, well. Looks like an order just came in for another testimony. I'm this close to proving it was him. He did meet Glenn out that day. And he did put poison in his coffee. He must have. I was supposed to meet with this kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. Ah. Think Nightbot took the day off? Yeah, I know, Nightbot ain't in here lately. I was wondering. I looked at the time, I was like, where's Nightbot at? Give it a little bit, though. I'm gonna actually get, like, a tissue for a second. I'll be back in a second here. I'm gonna grab a tissue just so I can maybe sneeze everything out. Alright. The guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't out already, it was gonna be. So I split. Hey, look who showed up. Right as I get back. I heard the cop sirens on my way out, and I went straight back to my office. Oh yeah. This one's a little more difficult, I think, than the others. I see. You didn't actually meet with him in the inn, then. Well, Miss Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Hold it. If I wait around here any longer, I ain't gonna make the normal express. No more stupid questions. Huh. No problem. Anytime Tribulations presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a penalty. Mr. Joe, that's my job. Your job is to slam that little hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. So do it. Yes, sir. The Special Express ain't cheap, right? Just so yous know since you's paying. Oh, man. Doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here? Alright. So I get an idea here. So the meeting wasn't due to take place at Tenderlander at all, then. The kid was making a fuss about coming into office. It's always that way when I want to talk about repayments. Even though I got the best punching bag you ever seen, if there are any issues, maybe it's because of the punching bag that people are scared to come? So that's why you decided to meet at Tribulations?
Objection!
Huh. You're going over old ground again, Trite. Sorry. You just earned yourself a penalty. Now suck it down. You will suck down the penalty, Miss Wright. And you will like it. Thank you, sir. May I have another? He's Tommy Dreamer over here. Thank you, sir. May I have another? So that way now I know if I get hit with a penalty, I can always refresh. An ugly scene? What do you mean?
Objection!
Fuck. I limit myself to 17 cups of coffee during a trial. That's the rule. You better limit the number of times you take a penalty, Trite. Or your guts will look like the inside of a chimney. Ashen. You mean you saw Glen Elk's dead body? I guess I did, but I only saw him from behind. He was wearing some raggy bit of cloth he caught a hat. And what time was this? I don't know. Huh? You know what winds me up more than anything else in the world? Watches. round watches. I ain't gonna pollute my paws with some thickin' Hinbecker. Out of interest, Mr. Tigre, what winds you up the second most? Huh? What do you think? Square watches. Is this guy for real? What's up, Jen? What? What? Wait, what? No. No. Wow. I mean, I get why they would do it. Wow. Damn. I mean, this gives him the chance to go somewhere where he can get a ring, possibly. We'll see what happens. But I don't think he's gonna sign. I don't think anywhere's gonna give him a lot of playing time, which is, I think, what he wants. Man. I mean, I never thought they'd do that. But seeing that he doesn't get the same amount of playing time as he used to, it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm not gonna be like real pissed about it, because it kind of makes sense to do it. Jared Walsh is our go-to first baseman now. Okay. Damn. So many fields. Had David Backus last night. Pool host today. Damn. Damn. So many fields. Look, all I need to know was that something bad was going down in that place. So you didn't actually set foot inside the restaurant then. The tiger is a busy cat. I don't hang around for no one. I ain't got time to be caught up in no murder investigation. So, when exactly did you pick up the matches? There are matches just inside the front door. Our detective friend wound up in trouble with the chef after taking 5 books home. Or gumshoe. It's almost enough to make a man cry. You went straight back? Did a bout of guilt suddenly hit you for what you did? What are you trying to say? You trying to tell me yous ain't never been guilty of nothing? We all have our crosses to bear. We all have to swallow the dark secrets we have. Like this. The courtroom's not exactly the place to talk about dark secrets, is it? Seems you've done it again, Mr. Wright. Another irrelevant line of questioning. I must impose a penalty accordingly. How about a penalty for those two jokers and the garbage they keep coming up with?
Well, Nick, what do you think?
Running out of ways to avoid the truth. Need to press him fast before he has time to think things through. Gotta come right back at him with a contradiction.
Be careful what you press him on, though, or you'll get penalized, okay?
You would have been able to see him. Excuse me. He said as soon as he opened the door. Like when I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. You can't see him when you open the door.
Objection!
Did I actually think that through correctly? Holy shit, I'm gonna roll. You're something of a loan collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. Tigre? No one escapes the Tiger's clutches. Well, I'm something of a lie detecting pro. And no one escapes the Phoenix's clutches. I think it's time we got something straight. What's this, Wright? A new line of irrelevant questioning? These are the floor plans of the crime scene. You say you were standing at the entrance, Mr. Tigre. From there, your field of vision would have covered an area something like this. Indeed, the witness would have had a clear view of the victim's sheet. Isn't that what I just said? I saw the back of the kid's head. Unfortunately for you, that is not possible. If the court would think back, you'll remember that between each of the tables is a tall partition. There we go. It's a tall partition. Why, that's true. Now look at the plans again. The truth is painfully obvious. from the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here. So, from the entrance of Tribulations, you couldn't have seen the victim's seat. But you did see the victim that day, because you met with him. Wrong. Have you forgotten the old man's testimony yesterday? The victim was alone at his table. But the defense just proved the point to be moot. The victim, witnessed by Mr. Kudo, was not Glenelg, but a fake. What? Didn't everyone agree the old man was just stupid? That's what I thought. I thought we all agreed that Mr. Kudo didn't know nothing. In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim he had just killed and acted out a charade. Or a charade, however you wish to pronounce that. That will do. This trial has gone on long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was the real killer who impersonated the victim? You say the killer murdered Glenelg and then impersonated his victim in a performance for Victor Kudo. In that case, Miss Wright, reveal the identity of this criminal to the court. Obviously, the killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it. What? Well, witness? Yeah, now that's cute. You think you can pin this on the tiger. Maybe you don't understand. The tiger is king of the jungle, so it dares you to say it again. Come on. You got the guts? You can't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. It's the defense. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright? Sounds to me like it must be you, old man. You's got guts. I'll give you that. Mr. Wright, do not leave me to handle this alone. Perhaps I can end this embarrassment. Mr. Godot. Let's just go back over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. The old man didn't see just the victim. Oh, no, no, no. Was the victim he saw the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains, he saw the accused put the poison into the coffee. It puts the lotion on its skin, Your Honor. Yes, it was the waitress who put... Very impressive, Mr. Godot. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack. Huh. Found your pin at last, right? Why, actually, I did find my pencil. Thank you very much, Godot. It was in my pocket. But anyway, Mr. Kudo witnessed two people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Glenelg, and the waitress from behind. Yes, your point, Miss Wright. I think the conclusion is obvious. If this Glenelg was really the killer in disguise, then surely it's possible the waitress was also part of the show. What? You mean the waitress was an imposter as well? The defendant, Miss Bird fell unconscious immediately after the incident. And someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her. Who on earth was it? Who was this waitress that Mr. Kudo witnessed?
Take that!
Who is this woman? Her name is Viola Cadaverini. She's an employee of Tenderlander. You's making a big mistake. Do you know who Violetta's grandfather is? You better be going home in an armored truck tonight, if you know what I mean.
Stop shaking, Nick!
Where was I? Oh yeah. Yes, the defendant, Miss Bird, has stated the following. There are just too many contradictions in this case. The second man at the victim's table who nobody but Miss Bird seems to have seen. The earpiece worn by the victim in his left ear when that eardrum was ruptured. And the radio show he was supposedly listening to half an hour after it was over. There's only one logical explanation that clears up all of these contradictions. The whole incident took place twice. Once for real and once for show. And Mr. Furio Tigre, the only person who could have committed the crime, is you. Witness, what have you got to say? That's cute. Sorry? You's alright. I could do with a guy like you around. But what do you mean? Okay, I'm in on this game. I'm gonna have to chat a jet to get me to my meeting now. But I'm gonna give yous one more thing to think about before I go. He's gotta charter a jet. Or as he says, chatter. Something to think about. You's got it all wrapped up nice, huh? Right? But you's missed out one real important thing. But that can't be. I was in the joint that day. And I met that kid too. But I couldn't poison them. You see? What? Do you really expect us to believe you now, Mr. Tigre? Huh. What a troublemaker. Troublemaker? Looks like we're going to need another one for the road. One more steaming cup of hot testimony. Indeed. Witness, you will explain yourself to the court. I will give you one more chance to testify. What happened that day at Tribulations between yourself and the victim? Ties to the victim. Yeah, I loaned out cash. About $100,000. That day, he was due to have a little chat. To get it his payback date. See? So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Yes, I won $500,000. He got lucky, you know. Real lucky. If that waitress and done what she done, everything would have been over. Now, I see that the principal amount you loaned to Mr. Elk was $50,000. Yeah, well, you's got the VIG to take into account. Interest builds up fast, you know. That's faster than fast. $100,000 is twice his principal. And the repayment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident in question. Yeah, he was one lucky kid. He got that $500,000 just in time. So I ain't have no reason to kill the kid. And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no case. His motive? He has to have one. But what is it? Well, I know his motive. Let's do this. Did he have any way of paying the loan back? The fool was a gambler. He said he couldn't give it up till he landed a big win. So I agreed to help him. Help him? You? I kept hitting him with ideas for ways he could get a big win. But the guy kept losing. So you were helping him for his sake or yours? Win through compromise. You help me, I help you. What's the difference, huh? I don't believe this.
Nick, would anyone really ever loan money to someone they thought was unreliable? Like, for example, if it were you, I'd only loan you $5 max.
Thanks a lot, Maya. So how much were you expecting him to pay you back on that day? What do you think? The whole package. $100,000 including interest.
That's a real heavyweight punch.
Once a client misses a repayment, you call the whole loan in. You want to make it in my world? That's all you's gotta know. How many times had Mr. L been late with his repayment? Once. How much was he supposed to pay back every month? $50.
Sounds like Mr. Elk was in a real sticky spot.
Yeah, $50 a month. He'd never pay that huge loan off. How much did he have left on his debt? You want in round figures? About $100,000. That's the whole amount. We're talking about a guy who had 58 cents in his wallet. What? You telling me he wasn't even gonna pay for the coffee? He certainly seems to have been a brave man, this Mr. L. That guy was smooth. I tell you, real smooth. Like Robert Thomas smooth. If you got Santana with him. Real smooth. Good trade. Good trade. You'll have your money in less than 5 minutes. That's what he says to me. The guy then calls me the Tender Tiger. He was skating on thin ice with me. Was that because the guy won the lottery? Was his last chance at a big win? You can confirm that this is the ticket in question. That's it. The Millionaire Radio Show starts at 1:30 p.m. and runs for 10 minutes. At first is the time you two met with some accuracy. The whole scene was acted out again 30 minutes later. Also that Mr. Kudo would see it. I can still see the kid's face now. I ain't never gonna forget it. Was there anyone else in the restaurant at the time? I'll remember. If there was no one there, I'll wear that ridiculous tiger shirt for a month. Mr. Armstrong, Maggie, and if I'm right, Viola Cadaverini, or Cadaverini, were all there at that time. So, the victim had intended to repay you from his lottery winnings from the beginning. Seems that way to me. But you wouldn't normally expect to win the lottery, would you? Huh. The undying belief that your next roll will end the worst losing streak you ever had. That's what defines a true gambler. Makes it sound so cool!
Don't be tempted, Nick! You haven't got the willpower for it!
All I know is, the kid took a shot, and he got lucky in the end. The waitress. You mean... the girl with the glasses in the defendant's chair. Who else could I mean? If she ain't got in the way, things would have been bada bing, bada boom. Realest guys in the room, how you doing? Over and done with. What do you mean things would have been over and done with? Are yous all there or what? I'm talking about the cash. I was there to get my 100,000 bucks back. That's all. I'm a businessman. It was all coming together before that waitress got in the way. As far as I can tell from the witness's testimony, other than recouping his loan, Mr. Tigre had no motive for killing the victim. Witness, you will amend your testimony to reflect what you just said. Tiger's motive, huh? Oh, never mind then. Shit, I wanted to get the other, well, I'll load back in. I want the other half of that. Just because I need it. For the achievement. For the trophy. What exactly are you implying the defendant did? How about you go ask Four Eyes about that $500,000 ticket? She wanted it so bad. She poisoned Elk's coffee. A likely theory. Your word hasn't held water lately, Mr. Tigre. Let's not forget this witness was actually at the scene, Trent. The law don't exactly agree with some of the deals I sent down. I couldn't be there when the cops showed up, so I split. I see. Your Honor, the witness's last few statements are worth a good 2 cups of coffee. I concur, Mr. Goodell. You will amend your testimony accordingly, witness. So that's what you's after, Phoenix Wright? Huh, that's interesting. So you can get 2 different endings there. Okay, That's interesting. Alright. The easier one is the second one. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take this one. This one's the easier one. Because this is all about his motive. And he had a motive, we know that. Are you saying you had no other motives that day? Yeah, so what? Then why didn't you take the lottery ticket when you left? Why'd you think? Because of Four Eyes over there. Because of Maggie? How about you go ask Four Eyes about the $500,000 ticket? She wanted so bad she poisoned Elk's coffee. Okay, so...
Objection!
Does it add this then? Leave it. I better leave it at that and try to figure something out. Thank you, Your Honor, but there is no need to amend the testimony. Very well. Continue with your cross-examination then.
So the tiger was meeting Glenn Elk to get his money back. If Mr. Elk had just given him the lottery ticket, that would have been the end of it.
Yeah, so what's the tiger's motive? This is the big one. If I don't manage to undermine this testimony, it's all over for us. Why would he have to poison Mr. Elk? And why did he loan him the money in the first place when he knew he couldn't repay it? So you just intended to get back the $100,000 Mr. Elk owed you, correct? I loaned the guy the cash, so that's my right. Unfortunately for Mr. Elk, $100,000 wasn't enough to cover it, was it? Huh? About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter, in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery. Where did you get all this info? These medical papers document the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost $1 million. Payment for these expenses was due in December of last year and was paid in full. $1 million? A preposterous sum. Someone should sue those HMOs. Huh. No one would pay a bill like that. If the medical association got wind of it, the hospital would end up as dead as a morgue. But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it. Think we caught the tiger by the toe. Order! 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 You say his life depended on it, Mr. Wright. Indeed it did, simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadaverini. Did you say Cadaverini? Bruto Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini. Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? It makes sense. You were desperate to acquire the $1 million Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glen Elm's life to pay your debts. Order! 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 What do you say to that witness?
Objection!
It's a nice little fairy tale trope. But even if the witness did need $1 million, that doesn't tie him to Mr. Eld's murder. Mr. Eld only owed him $100,000 and had no hope of repaying it anyway. Yeah, that guy wasn't worth my spit. I don't think so. In fact, the opposite is true. The opposite? Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business. But, in this case, the very fact that Glen Elg had no way to repay the money is crucial. Watch.
Do you know where you're going with this, Nick?
You gotta think outside the box, Maya.
Outside the box?
It's very straightforward. Mr. Tigre wasn't after the $100,000 at all. It seems you have a logical conclusion for this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with us? What exactly was Mr. Tigre after?
Take that!
Glen Elg was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. That skill was a collateral Mr. Elg put up in order to borrow the money. Care to explain how skill can be used as collateral to secure a loan, Wright? He had the skill to create a computer virus, and so he did. A virus known as MC Bomber. A computer virus. What does one of those do? I'm not hip with it these days. A computer virus is a program that wreaks havoc on the insides of a computer. A computer? What does one of those do? The judge is really showing his age. I mean, really showing his age. I guess the beard isn't the only part of his honor that is from the Stone Age. I'll explain it to you later, Your Honor. Right now, this is the important part. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market. Mr. Tigre, you couldn't have cared less about the $100,000, isn't that right? All you cared about was one thing, the virus. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on this CD. Glen Elg had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then a miracle happened. The kind that Mr. Tigre would prefer to say never happened. But he can't, and neither can I. The lottery win? Exactly. At the 11th hour, Mr. Elg won $500,000 on the lottery. which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least, no legitimate way. Then he Salt Bay'd it up. So he resorted to illegitimate means. That's crazy. He murdered Glen Elg and then made his next move to frame Maggie Bird for the crime. Mr. Tigre posed as Glen Elg, while Viola Cadaverini played the role of Miss Bird. And then they recreated the whole thing in order to establish a witness. The witness being the one we all heard testify yesterday, Mr. Very, very stupid and perverted Victor Kuda.
Objection!
Like I said, Trite, that's crazy. No one could pull off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chef could have been kept in the dark about it. He wasn't. He wasn't. But Mr. Armstrong was in on it from the very beginning. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Goodell? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too. $500,000, in fact. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Tigre's plan. Can we also get him for identity theft? Like, I'm just waiting on that. When can I throw the fact that he acted like he was me in there? Where's Phoenix throwing that in his face? You's put on a good show, Spikey. Yeah. If yous want to stay alive in the loan shark business, you gotta be careful. You saying I dressed up like that?
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Addison, welcome to the stream, man. And frame someone. If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that. I agree. You do? Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Miss Bird had no way out. Great pay-per-view. Need to bring it back. Watch another one, Mr. Wright. Watch another one. Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Trite? What was this trick you say Mr. Tigre pulled to frame the accused?
Take that!
And? What's the relevance of that, Trite? It's, just a little intro. An intro into what? It seems all this has been an elaborate trick on the part of the defense. No, wait! Mr. Tigre did play a trick. A huge trick! Oh. I was just asking for this too. And my brain just left me for a second. At least I think this is what he's talking about, because this is the only trick he pulled outside of, you know, being Glen out. This is the only trick he pulled.
Take that!
What on earth is that? What an insult to think anyone could be fooled by such a childish imitation. Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor. Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as the victim on the day in question. A month ago, in this very court, you posed as me. What? That's the truth. But the witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright. Although, now that I think about it, it was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you, standing in here this very court a mere month ago. The Phoenix Wright, who put up the most disreputable, shabby defense I had ever seen. Love it. Can you prove that, Gramps? Prove the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man. Are you prepared to take the stand and testify that it was him? Hey, forget about it. Yeah, I wouldn't do something like that. Not me. No, not me. You made a mistake, right? It was someone else, huh? Yeah? Yeah? Have you no pride, sir?
Objection.
This isn't a matter of pride. I should say it right now, just in case there's another point where I have to, guess something. This isn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, Tribes, here in court we deal with people's lives. Mr. Godot is right. Your Honor, speaking for myself, I am absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, may I preside over this court as the judge, with the vested power to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by a memory without evidence to support it. No! If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tigre are dubious for sure, but not conclusive.
But we've come so far! And in the end, it didn't even matter!
You say he impersonated Glenn Elk. You say he impersonated you. But none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that the witness poisoned the victim's coffee. No, where's Gumshoe? Gumshoe, where you at, man? Gumshoe! Ha! Sucks to be you, right? That right there is the best dialogue in this chapter. Maybe. I don't know. He's had some really good dialogue. But that's a great one. That's a good one. Sucks to be you. Don't mess with the tiger or you're gonna get mauled. You's got that? All we managed to do here was chase him around a bit. I was so close to getting him to admit his own guilt. Huh. Looks like I won't be needing a refill. Where the fuck's Gumshoe? Gumshoe, I need you to bum rush the damn stand, man. If I just had one more piece of evidence. One more piece of evidence and maybe I could get Maggie off the hook. This witness's cross-examination is over. You're free to go, Mr. Tigre. Your Honor, sir. Wait! Battle of the Burrows coming up. Detective? Detective Gumshoe! Sorry I took so long, pal. I staked everything on this. My badge, the works. So here it is. My odds counting on this too. What is it, detective? Isn't it obvious, pal? It's the final, decisive piece of evidence. What? Gumshoe bum rushed that stand, man. Gumshoe tried to be a romantic. Sorry it took so long, pal. I finally got the results from the lab. The results? About the prints, pal, from the medicine bottle.
Oh, so do you know who the prints belong to?
Do you think I'm some kind of hack detective? Of course I know.
So, tell us, they're the tigers, right? I knew it!
You bet. Clear as crystal, all over the bottle. Get Furio Tigre's paw prints, all right.
That's great! We've got him now, Nick! What's wrong with you? You've hardly said a word since Gumshoe got here. He's laid everything on the line for this, Nick.
I know. Look, I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to say, but it really doesn't make any difference whose prints are on that bottle now. Huh? What? Why not? What we need to produce at this stage in the trial is irrefutable evidence that the tiger put poison in Glenn Elg's coffee. He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on this bottle, that really doesn't make any difference now. I know it. I know it. Great. No matter how hard I try, I'm never of any use.
Hey, don't be so hard on yourself.
This was our last chance to help Maggie. And I've been working on some useless piece of evidence the whole time. It's alright. It's alright. I'm a real loser. It's not breaking news to me, pal. Who the fuck could this be? I'm gonna say it's probably Maggie. So we'll go with the female voice that I use for everybody. Whoops, that was Maya.
Detective Gumshoe? Maggie! You've been working on something for me?
Sorry I let you down, Maggie. I know you didn't do it. And I'm a detective. We're supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. I'll get you out of this.
Detective Gumshoe! Wait.
He's gone.
Isn't there anything we can do now, Nick?
Wish there was. Gumshoe worked so hard to get that evidence. If only there was some way I could use it. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I granted you a recess so you could prepare this decisive evidence you've discovered. Yes. This is a Number 17. Don't keep us all in suspense, Wright. Show us. Naturally. We can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we? Think, Phoenix. Don't let Gumshoe's hard work go to waste. How much more of my time are you's gonna waste? I ain't been to no court before, but you's lawyers sure know how to blow things out of proportion. No doubt, given the nature of the evidence, it will speak for itself. Nevertheless, you will talk us through it, Miss Wright. Well, I know I can't prove anything new with this evidence. I'm really backed into a corner here. Maybe if he thinks he's got me beat, let his guard down a bit. Don't keep us waiting any longer, Miss Wright. Present this final, decisive piece of evidence to the court. I should have saved. I'm trying to think about what I haven't, talked about. Oh yeah, it's just that.
Take that!
This is the defense's final piece of evidence. Isn't that the victim's... Your Honor. Naturally, the court is already aware of the contents of this bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We have clearly identified some fingerprints on it. Fingerprints belonging to you, Mr. T. Gray. What? But, Mr. Wright, what conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information? Everyone in here knows what this bottle contains. Except one man. One person in this courtroom should theoretically be in the dark. My prints are on that pansy looking bottle? Is that what you saying? Well, what the hell's in it anyways? There we go. Phony trial, a phony lawyer, and phony clues. Everything about this case has been phony. Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence. Mr. T. Gray, this is the decisive piece of evidence that will prove your guilt. I'm gonna quickly just save here. Why? Because it contains... I mean, if I say any of the wrong things, we get to restart over from that point, which is great. But I'm just gonna go with the real answer here. This bottle contains potassium cyanide. Potassium cyanide. The poison used to murder Mr. L, Your Honor. The victim's killer used this very bottle. Oh, and now he's sweating bullets. Who knew tigers could sweat? And on this bottle, Mr. T. Gray, we found your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that? You'd make a good clown. You know that. What? Yous ain't never gonna get this to stick. Yous just making me laugh now. You think a cheap bluff like that's gonna fool the tiger? A bluff? I can see straight through you, Phoenix Wright. That ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it. Wait a minute, wait. Time out, Tiger. Time out, big dog. You just said, read that statement, read that statement. That ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it. So this man knows the bottle with the cyanide in it. Boys, we got him. I love that. That's amazing. I did not expect him to legitimately, essentially go, oh yeah, I don't know that bottle because that's not the bottle I took the cyanide out of. No. This is the bottle we found traces of the poison in. Don't mess with the tiger or you're gonna get ripped to shreds. The cyanide bottle was brown and it was made of glass. That cheap piece of trash don't look nothing like it. Perfect. Yeah, Godot knows what just happened. This man's got no idea what he just said. Hey, Super Hot Mew, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Hello. Got him. At last. What? Why is everyone gone quiet? I said that bottle. I'm Super Mew. Welcome to Ace Attorney Hell. Oh, God. I don't want to go to Ace Attorney Hell. Is this the bottle you're referring to? Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle with the cyanide that the cyanide was in. But yous ain't gonna find my prints on that bottle. Don't let that cozy looking suit fool you people. That lawyer's just playing games. Too late, you're already here. No, get me out. Tell him, Mr. Prosecutor. Tell that guy where to go. You still haven't figured it out? Don't you realize what you just said? What I said? What did I just say? You were summoned to this court for the first time earlier today. You'll never escape such a woman who's been in this attorney hell since 2012. It's so good, though. Ace Attorney's just so good. It's just so damn good. If you really had nothing to do with the murder, you shouldn't have known all the little details. For instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in. But just now, you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison. Yous don't know who you's messing with. I'm the Tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market. I like to think that when Nick thinks all the places in his head is the Steel Samurai thing. That is his hell. That is his hell. Is just hearing the Steel Samurai thing constantly. You think I'm gonna let some jumped up suit get the better of me? Sure, the last piece of evidence was phony. But that's just what you deserve. The phony trial with a phony lawyer. It was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all. I believe that fully. When Gumshoe thinks it's just the Benny Hill theme, I totally believe that. Oh my god! That was awesome. And can we just say he also looked a lot like Beast from X-Men? What's going on? It looks like a blackout. Hey, at least we can see Godot thanks to his mask. Well done, Trite. Oh, we back in action? I saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you. Oh God. Savor it. Hi Beast, what's up? It's kind of a fusion between Beast and if you're my age, if you're nearing the big 3-0, you remember Gargoyles. He kind of looks like if you fused Beast from X-Men, the animated series, with a member of Gargoyles. Oh my God, I can't unsee it now, and it's awesome. I love it. I just can't unsee it, and it's fantastic. Goliath? Was it Goliath? Was Goliath his name? I'm now looking it up. Gargoyles cartoon. What was the dude? I just remember it was Keith David who voice acted him. And Keith David is amazing. Was that his name? It was! Yeah, it was Goliath. Well, let me see a picture. It's been a while. I'm getting. I said fuse him with Beast, so if you fuse him with Beast, maybe. I mean, trust me, Goliath is the man. I love me some gargoyles. But I'm saying, you gotta fuse them with Beast, and then if you combine them, they equal Tiger. Now, he does look more kind of like Beast, but like in that pose, all I see is gargoyles. I think it's mainly because his mouth is open. While you watch the police restrain your prey. Oh God, this pollen is killing me today. Mr. Wright, you caught a tiger by his toe, but if this one hollers, he won't be let go. You beat me to it, Judge. I didn't make I made the first part of that joke. I didn't make the second part. You beat me to that. I fought that, not saying that second part. Give it to you, Judge. You beat me to that one. Now then, how are things going with Mr. Tigre, Mr. Godot? He is being arrested on suspicion of the murder of Glen Elg, Your Honor. Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Miss Bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. Yes, she was. And in the absence of genuine evidence. But the tiger made one mistake. Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything if it wasn't for that one slip of the tongue. Jen, you ain't old yet. You ain't even close to old. Just wait till your hip pops every time you walk. Then you can say you're old. In another stream, the guy gave Gumshoe Joe Swanson's voice. That's a good choice. That's a good choice. I do like the Brooklyn accent. Solely because he just reminds me of like a New York cop. So I go with the same accent I give the tiger. But, yeah. It feels illegal though. That's a good choice though. Joe Swanson, that's a good choice. Furio Tigre is a truly frightening criminal. Huh. The truly frightening one is that defense attorney over there. Duh. Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant Maggie Bird. You want to bongo the judge's head? Just want to be behind the whole time, just going to town. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Mr. Wright, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, Maggie! I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago, but now I feel like I can forgive him.
Hey, that wasn't me, Maggie. That was the tiger.
Look, Nick! In the doorway!
Detective Gumshoe. Oh, guess I'll be heading off then. See ya. I'm leaving. Bye. Well, wait. Don't you go leaving yet. Don't you do that. Somebody cue up Careless Whisper. We gotta get going now. We gotta get the romance flowing.
Detective Gumshoe.
Oh yeah. Congratulations, Maggie.
Thanks.
I knew you were innocent all along. I knew it. I totally knew it. Did you get my second box of weenies? Oh, fuck, we forgot about that. Fuck.
Why didn't you say that in your testimony then?
Huh? Well, I was, well, guess I'll be heading off then. See ya. Wait up, detective.
He just ran off.
Bruh. Wise man once said, you miss all the shots you don't take. And this man didn't even shoot his shot. Come on.
Maggie, why are you being so hard on him?
Thank you for the follows. Super Hot Mew. Appreciate it. Welcome to the pack. Oh no, I've seen all the stuff about ETN being a third down back. And yeah, he'll be a third down back in the normal case of a third down back. I do think they're going to use him, though, a little different than a normal third down back. I just think that's what they're calling him. I mean, he is going to be the third down back, though. That was obvious. It's just not on right now for this moment. I don't know why, but the music doesn't play for this moment.
Why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you. It's thanks to him that we got the medication bottle. That wasn't even of any use. But it's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Detective Gumshoe was just running around in circles.
Maggie, why you gotta do this to my boy? My guy. My dude. Why are you so down on my guy Gumshoe?
How dare you?
Poor guy. My thoughts exactly, Phoenix. Looks like she still isn't ready to forgive him. Not for the weenies. EA bought Metalhead Software, who makes the Super Mega Baseball series. Oh, that's... I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Probably a bad thing.
Can't you put a good word for him, Nick?
Yeah, Maya's right. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it. Okay, Phoenix. Live up to your name. You gotta be a wingman now. Gotta be a good wingman. Maggie. You know, Detective Gumshoe's been really worried about you through all of this.
I wanted to believe that, sir. But on the first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up.
Can I show her the weenies? No, I can't. Not yet. I can't show her the weenies. So EA now has a type of baseball game in their arsenal. Yep. That sounds bad out of context. It does. And on here, when we have stuff that sounds bad out of context, we have a usage for that. We have a special sound alert for that.
He practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up.
He didn't have any choice, Maggie. He's a detective. He has to report the facts.
He doubted me. That's why. He thought I might have done it.
Gotta prove to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. It's time. It's time to pull out the weenies. I know. I'll give her a little present to celebrate her freedom. Where's the weenies? Where's the weenies? Where's the weenies? Where are they? There they are. 3, 2, 1, weenies! Here you are, a present to celebrate your freedom.
That's
a present from Detective Gumshoe made with a ton of love.
He said you lost weight. He was worried about you. Detective Gumshoe? I actually really like weenies, you know.
That's a line of dialogue. So she is into people who go to Weenie Hut Jr. The alerts won't load. Come on. Jared, you're the man on top of this shit. Come on. Let me check it myself. You know what? Here, let me see if I can get going. Oh God, it's so small. That's also something we could use for the phrasing. Yeah, I can't even get it up that quickly. Whatever. Have they loaded yet, Darren? Come on. Hurry before I move to the next line of dialogue. I mean, luckily we've got plenty of time. We got half an hour left in the stream. Oh, you're still on the buffer, damn it. Well, while this happens, I can at least refresh some things. Why you want to fight the sun? That doesn't sound like a smart idea. Well, we'll just have to live without the phrasing today. Actually, wait a minute. Actually, let me do it. It's bright and stupid. Let me punched. Here we go. Here, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. I'll take care of this one. And oh, I can add more now? We're getting more sound alerts. But while we're here, might as well.
Hey, phrasing!
Did you guys hear that? If not, I'll do it again. Good. Good. There we go. I will handle the sound alerts if need be. I will handle it. For moments like that. What the fuck? That was the weirdest stomach growl I have ever heard.
Did you guys hear that? I'm pretty hungry myself, you know.
Yeah, the trial dragged on a bit today, didn't it?
Is it okay if I eat this now?
Eat it, Maggie. Eat those weenies.
So, how is it, Maggie? It's really good.
Here, I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you.
Hey, phrasing!
There you go. And who knows, maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start. Oh, she finished it all. I told myself I wouldn't cry. Woohoo! Episode 4, and look who's on the cover. Our boy. We haven't seen him in what feels like forever. Brand new episode has been added. I hope the tag team's back together. I'm actually gonna start this one here. Alright. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Part 1 trial. Wait, what? The girl. Let her go. Meanwhile... Oh, shit. What happened? Shut up. Come closer and I'll kill her. Ooh, look at... That's cool looking. I actually really like that. That's just really fucking cool looking. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Name, Terry Falls. Kidnapping, murder. Sentence, death penalty. After escaping, Falls met with and then murdered surrogate Farley captured on Eagle Mountain 8 hours after his escape. Huh. Very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. We going back in time? Woo! Flashback! 6 years earlier. Mia Fey's first trial. Holy shit. Or Maya. No, Mia. There we go. That's right. I second guessed myself for a second in my head.
I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Eek! Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Maya.
Or Mia. There we go. Maya's name is a pun? Maya Faye. I don't see the pun in that one. I normally see the... Oh, missing in action. I mean, I see how that could work, but I don't think it works. Yeah, I get where you're going with it, but I don't think that works. I didn't do nothing. I swear, I didn't kill anybody. That's what I feel like you're gonna sound like. Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now, prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk, and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. Why is he eating the ball? He's devouring his ball and chain. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. The ball is secretly yummy. It's made of chocolate. That's what they're not telling you. It's made of chocolate the entire time. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row now, right? I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell ya. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. Two days ago, he escaped from the prison wagon when it crashed. I mean, I'm assuming it was a car, but the terminology prison wagon just makes me think they were taking him in some horse and buggy. Why? Come on. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. Now, Super Hot Mew, since you're new to the stream, you probably won't understand what I'm about to go through, but Jared, you know, I saw a 0, a 7, and a 3, and my mind put them in different locations. I'm very happy that D is not an N. Because if it was, I was about to be like, once again, he's here. He's here. Every game, something. Every game. I'll go over it right now for you. The first game I streamed here when I decided to go full on Twitch, I played Danganronpa, and Leon became kind of a meme in himself here on the stream. So every game, it just so happens, we don't even make it happen, it just happens that something to do with Leon seems to happen every single time. And he has become kind of the antagonist of the stream. So if something wrong something wrong happens, you bring up Leon did it. That's how we just put things out there now. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. You did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Who's high? Who the fuck is you? Who is this dude? Wait a minute. It's got the earrings, the hair, the goatee. It's Godot without a mask. What? No, I can't. I can't. I can't. Get it away. Get it away. No, put the mask back on. Cover those eyes. No, Godot. Bad Godot. Get it away. Oh my God. I can't believe that. No. No. I need like a PNG of his mask now just to put over his eyes. Terrible. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where is Mr. Grossberg? Huh. That old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? Who the fuck is Diego Armando? That's not Godot. Like that's not your name? Is that your real name? Is Godot a fake name? Have you been lying? What is going? Oh my! The tables have been turned. I am so just. This just went into Danganronpa territory where I don't know what's up and down anymore. I can't handle it. I can't. Godot has turned the tables. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando, a.k.a. Antonio Banderas. I didn't say... So, when in doubt, blame Leon. Fucking Leon sent him in with a fake name. That's what happened. Leon's behind all of it. Sent him in with a fake name and everything. Mm-hmm. Son of a bitch. He's toying with us at this point. He's just trying to get in my head every time. Whether it's when we're playing baseball, whether it's anything else. You can blame Leon for everything. If anything comes up in the stream that's terrible during it, you can just, if you need to, you can throw up the blame Leon, or if you have it accessible to you, you can throw up the blame Leon emote. You can always just blame Leon in text form. So, always useful. Leon, fuck the Yankee side here and Josh Leon's fault for everything. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, it's fine, Mew. It's okay you don't have a sub. You'll get enough claws eventually, and you'll be able to get the emote that way if you need to. You'll find a way. I know you will. You don't need a sub. It's always nice for you to sub if you can, but you don't have to. I don't need you to sub if you don't have the money to. Never gonna make you do so. So, Diego Armado, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me? That's bullshit. One, I know that man. I know that man, except he wears a mask, and he is not the finest attorney. No, no, no. You've got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. This man's not... I know who you are. You're not Godot. You're Kona Reeves. If you don't know wrestling, you won't get that joke. But this man thinks he's the finest. Absolute bull. This man's Kona Reeves right now. Oh, you say it's from Undertale. I mean, that would work too. That would work too. Oh, Lord. He's the finest. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd make a Kona Reeves joke on stream. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks? I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Huh. Oh yeah, that's Godot, alright. I know that, anywhere. Relax. I just heard some good news. My cup of coffee showed up. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Oh my god, this is the matchup nobody knew we needed. Oh. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kid. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. I need to see that he's the prosecutor. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, he does not have a childlike voice for me. If that's the case, I guess I'm changing his voice. And it's gonna sound really childish. Yeah. Oh no. I'll come up with something then if he's supposed to have a childlike voice. I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. I gotta say it. I gotta say it. There he is! Oh my god, it's a different judge. You're not the judge I know. This game's gonna kill me now. They're changing it all up on me. Different judge. Unmasked Godot. No, this is a different judge. Because this is the same judge that was doing Atmy's case when we went and pulled him out of it. Yeah, he's the Canadian judge. Oh man, that means I get to have, oh lord, I'm gonna have to study my Canadian accent for this one. Lord. But this is what we're going to call it. I don't want to get into this trial heavily, especially since start of a new episode. That's the even bigger portion. Court is now in session, eh? I'll have to practice my Canadian accent now. Definitely for the next one. Oh, God. Good thing I'm ending the stream because, the scientists are getting attacked. Let me get the music going for you guys to head out to. Remember to save every time. I'll save a good amount. I can't guarantee I'm saving every time. I mean, I've got to go back through the game at some point because we're going to platinum this game. We're going to get every trophy in this game at some point. Let's see. What track do I want to take us out on? Let's go with this one. Each game gives me anxiety. That's good reason. Good reason. But with that, that is going to be the end of this stream. We're, of course, going to be back tomorrow with the Pokemon Ruby Nuzlocke, late 9 o'clock Eastern. We'll get back to our late night for that one. With that, thank you, everybody, for coming in. Jared, Adisic, Super Hot Mew, thank you for the follow and coming into the chat, having a good time. Appreciate it. Hope seeing some more streams. But yeah, as it sits, we will be late tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern for the Ruby Nuzlocke. We'll get back into that. And next week, I should be all good to go. Should be set. Go to sleep at a decent hour. I will try to. Can't guarantee it, but I will try to. 2 a.m. is normally a decent hour for me, too. With that, though, next week we should be good on everything. I probably won't miss a day. And with that, though, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I will see you tomorrow. See ya next time.